So I am getting kind of anxious because we're getting nearer and nearer the time when I'll know if I'm actually going to be on Big Brother this year. I still have not heard from them, so I'm just like, what? Is anything going to happen? I don't know. And yes, I don't know what's going on with there seems to be quite a few weird things that I'm seeing online, such as I don't know. I heard that Jimmy Fallon's show was being cancelled or something, which I don't know if it had done the 10th season. I've heard that they're being cancelled for some reason. I don't know. I know that Philip Schofield. Don't know what's going on with that either. That's not something that I've really taken an interest in, but having a younger relationship, you know, I was talking about this sort of, I was okay with 15-year-olds getting married, and then because I was thinking about all the poverty side and the problems that they have, and sometimes they need to get married to have more support. But yeah, and hopefully the poverty side is not going to be there, so that shouldn't be an issue. And then 18, I think, is it should actually be the age, but 16 and 17, if the because it's weird. I watched it at um, um, the Carrie film, the Carrie Rage film. Someone was 18 and someone was 17, and they were going to sue. The people were going to sue and the 17-year-old committed suicide after having sex in this, because it was just a game for the 18-year-old, and they were going to try and sue. And I thought that was really wrong. I mean, an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old, they're practically the same. So, you know, 18 should be the legal consent, but if an 18-year-old gets with a 17-year-old, it's no big deal. But if you're talking about like a 40, 50-year-old getting with a 17-year-old, then it's a different circumstance. So yeah, I think 18 should be the legal limit, only because of the people that have inappropriate relationships with someone considerably younger. If you're 50 and you're dating a 17-year-old, that shouldn't really be okay, because the age gap is so big that you'd be thinking about the mental state of both the people, thinking that this isn't right. But if they're 23, and 23-year-old and a 17-year-old, technically the 23, or I think it's under 23, so 22, under 23, which means 22. If a 22-year-old gets with a 16-year-old, it's technically they could actually be quite similar. They could actually have a genuine interest. The 22-year-old might be quite immature for their age, and the 16-year-old might be quite mature for her age. So, I was thinking about that, and yeah, I'm just thinking about, what else am I thinking about? I don't know. Oh, I was thinking potential housemates if I was to get in, which is strange because I don't actually know that I'm going to get in. But yeah, I was thinking, I don't know what's going on with Russell Brand. He's another one that seems to, I did like watching him. I did enjoy watching him a long time ago. But yeah, he was very crazy. And he still is. And I'm listening to some of his conspiracy theorists, and you try and listen to it, and then sometimes he makes statements that sounds like he's intelligent, and then you actually just pick up. So because he says so much stuff that by the time you've listened to one, he's just onto the next, and it's just like, what the hell? And you try and pick up on one or two things, and you can think, well, actually, that's not a true statement. I mean, that might be true. It's not true in some. I don't know. He often takes things that just aren't true, and then makes out that he's like highly intelligent because he can say a load of nonsense and stuff. So he's a very intense person. I was kind of thinking yesterday, like, how would it be like if I was way too tired to make a video yesterday? My mind was working fine, but my body just was not at all. But yeah, um, I was thinking about, if I was in a house with someone like that, I think he would definitely want to take control of the attention. I think he'd try, someone like that would probably try and put all the attention on themselves, and make out that they're highly intelligent. And I would kind of just be like, slow down, talk more slowly. I mean, I can talk fast, but he's just his energy is so intense that it would probably be a nightmare living with him. But I have also noticed how he had a 14-month marriage with Katy Perry, just like Sam had a 14-month marriage with Britney Spears. So I'm seeing a connection there. Only Sam is a lot more down to earth, and he is just kind of all over the place. But yeah, I feel like there's so many people that would listen to his beliefs and then listen to mine, and they might take his side of things because they would probably be like, oh well, he's richer, oh he's more famous, oh he talks louder and stuff like this, and so yeah. But yeah, I feel like he'd kind of drown me out a bit. Like I'd just be like, oh, I'm too tired to talk to you. But yeah. And then I was thinking maybe it would be cool if there were some psychics in there. If you have some psychics in there that can, like someone who claims that they can talk to the dead, um, and I can be like, so yeah, what are all the things that Michael Jackson or although I can't really talk about Michael Jackson because I don't actually know Martin, and I don't really know if he might not even still be alive for all I know. I don't know what's going on with him. So, but I can talk about um, Madonna's. Who is she again? I've forgotten her name. That one, the blonde one. The one who looks like Madonna but died 4 years when she was four. Um, yeah, I could talk about Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, I could talk about like to the psychic. So yeah, tell me all the things that Marilyn Monroe is telling you. I don't know. I could just. It would be cool to have someone like that, or have like a conspiracy theorist of an alien, someone who believes in aliens and see. I don't know. You should probably get a bunch of complete crazy people if you start doing that. So I don't know. Maybe they should just have. I like thinking about things, so that's all I'm doing now, just thinking about things. But yeah, it's weird because I really have no clue if I'm even going to be in the show this year. Um, and so it's just like, oh, but yeah, I could think about possible have mediums or psychics or yeah, people with if you have it all religion, it might just turn because some people can take religion very seriously. So I don't know if it would be a good idea to go for all religious people, but you could have definitely one or two interesting religious people in there.